A very good morning, class. I'm here to begin with a new lesson today, new topic today, that is unorganized banking system. We are dealing with the Indian banking system. We already began with the Indian banking system, wherein we saw the organized banking system. Now the next topic and the topic of the day is unorganized banking system. Let's come to the word first. Unorganized. One which is not in a proper channel, the one which is not regulated by the head institution of the country, that is Reserve Bank of India, is a part of the unorganized banking channel or banking system. See, if you are asked to define what is an unorganized banking system, just put a one line, the one which is not controlled. The principles of the RBI are not let down, or where the principles of RBI does not function, is a part of unorganized banking channel or system. So unorganized system is wherein the individual is running the organization on its own. There is no policy maker. As such, there was an organized banking system. In organized system, we had Reserve Bank of India as the parent institution who used to let down the rules, who used to frame the policies, and all the banks who get the license from RBI were bound to follow the rules and regulations which were framed by Reserve Bank of India. But in case of unorganized banking system, there is no such institution which lays down the principles, and there is no planned authority to lay down the rules and regulations. So wherever RBI, Reserve Bank of India, Act wherever RBI Act 1934 is not applicable, wherever the rules and regulations of RBI is not applicable, wherever the policies and the terms and conditions of Reserve Bank of India is not valid, is a part of unorganized system. That means, see, all those financial institutions wherein the borrowing and lending is done, wherein accepting of deposit and lending of loans are done without the prior information to Reserve Bank of India, and which is not an authorized channel by Reserve Bank of India, is a part of unorganized channel. Now, example of unorganized banking channel is chit fund, the one that we play committee. Chit fund is one. The other is nidhis. Nidhis are a small fund, or within the members when the fund revolves, that is a part of nidhi. That is again RBI. RBI does not have any control over this, and RBI says even it is not entertaining all these businesses. If there is any loss, if there is any benefit, the risk has to be borne by the individual only. The RBI will not come to the focus or come to the public for solving the issues. Means these are financial institutions which are not under the control of Reserve Bank of India. First, I told you one name, Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank, private sector bank, recently got the license from Reserve Bank of India. But let's look at the history of Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank क्या था और इसे क्यों RBI ने लाइसेंस दिया? The most important task. Bandhan Bank was even a NBFC, non-banking financial company, which was involved in or which was a part of unorganized banking system, wherein to have a dealing over the counter with the effect of what you call chit funds and nidhis. मतलब कि बंधन बैंक भी एक अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड बैंकिंग का चैनल ही था, एक पार्ट था, जो कि चिट फंड और निधीज के थ्रू इन्वेस्ट कराता था लोगों से और डीलिंग्स में इन्वॉल्व था, फाइनेंशियल डीलिंग्स में. Now the question is, why did RBI give license to such bank, which was a पार्ट ऑफ एनबीएफसी, नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज का पार्ट था वो, उसे बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कंपनी क्यों बनाया गया? द रीजन वाज इट इज अ कोलकाता बेस्ड बैंक. ओके, द ओनर इज फ्रॉम द कोलकाता, इज अ कोलकाता based bank, and the reason why did the RBI gave the permission to or the license to Bandhan Bank was it had a big chunk of population involved. इस बंधन बैंक में पहले बैंक नहीं कहलाता था, ये सिर्फ बंधन के नाम से नाम था, बंधन चिट फंड, बंधन निवेश फंड, ऐसे करके नाम इसका था. बात की कि इसके पास बहुत बड़ी पॉपुलेशन थी जो इससे जुड़ी हुई थी, जो कि बैंकों के पास न जाके इसके पास इन्वेस्ट कर रही थी, इससे लोन ले रही थी. When the RBI came to know about this Bandhan Bank, okay, it came closer to him and asked him, why don't you go for a banking operation? If you have such a big network and your surplus fund is there, 500 crore is the minimum amount which is required by private banks to get a license from the RBI. अगर किसी इंडिविजुअल के पास 500 करोड़ रुपए हैं तो बैंक के पास जा सकता है और लाइसेंस के लिए परमिशन मांग सकता है. दिस बंधन बैंक had that potential, had that capital, and the biggest factor was the people associated with the trust name of Bandhan was in a big chunk, in a big amount, in a big sum. Large population के पास थी, not only from the Kolkata but from different regions of the country, बिहार से भी, बंगाल से भी, इवन द उड़ीसा से भी, झारखंड से भी बहुत सारे लोग इससे जुड़े हुए थे बंधन से. Maybe they would be functioning in a very fruitful manner. That could be one reason. Or they would have been very polite to the customer. They would have been very genuine to the customer. Very what do you call it? They would have been very trustworthy to the customers. That is why the people got corrected. The people got associated with this name. Later on, when the RBI came to know, it got transformed this Bandhan chit funds, Bandhan Nidhis into a banking sector. Or if I'm not wrong, 2014 is the year I think, or 13 or 14 is the year when this bank was given the license. Bandhan Bank और एक और बैंक थी उसमें जिसे लाइसेंस मिला था, that was IDFC. दो बैंकों को लाइसेंस मिली थी, एक था बंधन बैंक, दूसरा है IDFC. Do not get confused with HDFC. HDFC पहले से काम करती थी, this is IDFC. Okay. बंधन बैंक के तुम्हारे ब्रांचेस झारखंड में भी हैं, यहाँ भी ऑपरेट कर रही है और अच्छे से ऑपरेट कर रही है. It is giving a good competition to all the private and the government banks now. So these two banks were given the license और यही लास्ट दो हैं जिन्हें बैंकों की तरफ से लाइसेंस मिला है. Okay, the latest one. Okay, this was about the unorganized banking, which is not under the control of Reserve Bank of India. वो unorganized banking कहलाता है. Next is insurance. हमारा next topic है insurance. Next topic is insurance. इंश्योरेंस होता क्या है पहले ये समझते हैं. व्हाट इज एन इंश्योरेंस? इंश्योरेंस का हिस्ट्री क्या है ये पढ़ेंगे. कैसे इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज को प्रमोट किया गया इंडिया में, एंड व्हाई वर दिस सेलेक्ट फाउंडेशंस, व्हाई वर दे गिवन such priority to expand their business, to expand their sectors into such a big sector that it has become a part of everyone's life. आज इंश्योरेंस हर एक के घर में है. It has made its reach to every home now. Why is it so? The first and foremost thing is it reduces the risk, be the risk of life or the general property. और यहीं से इसकी डेरिवेशन शुरू होती है. The derivation is insurance is categorized into two parts. One is called GIC, that is the name. The other is called LIC. GIC और LIC. GIC क्या होता है? General Insurance. General Insurance Corporation को हम GIC कहते हैं. दूसरे को Life Insurance Corporation. Just put a stress on the first letter only. It says, it talks about life, it talks about general. See, there are two things. Why do we take insurance? हम इंश्योरेंस क्यों लेते हैं? फर्स्ट टू मिटिगेट द रिस्क, reduce the risk. Second is to develop the habit of saving. हम इंश्योरेंस के बहाने पे प्रीमियम पे करते हैं, तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम एक डेवलप कर रहे हैं हैबिट. कौन सी हैबिट? सेविंग्स हैबिट. ओके, दैट इज डेवलप्ड थ्रू इंश्योरेंस. रिस्क मिनिमाइजेशन सेकंड, एंड थर्ड इज put the basically we channelize these savings into the sectors which require long term funds. हमारी छोटी छोटी सेविंग, हमारी छोटी छोटी प्रीमियम जो है एक बड़ा प्रीमियम बन के आती है इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के पास, और ये हेल्प करती हैं उन कंपनीज को जो डेवलपमेंटल प्रोसेस में इन्वॉल्व है. लाइक डेवलपमेंटल बैंक्स की बात करें हमने, उसी तरह डेवलपमेंटल वर्क में जो भी इन्वॉल्व हैं, अगर उन्हें लोन चाहिए होती है तो वो इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज प्रोवाइड करती हैं. रिसेंट एग्जाम्पल आई टेल यू, IDBI. IDBI इज अ गवर्नमेंट बैंक. IDBI is a government bank, government-run bank, which was running into huge losses. And there was a chance that it would turn out bankrupt. There was a situation as such that the bank was almost declared as bankrupt now. मतलब कि बैंक दिवालिया हो गई है, अब इसमें कुछ भी नहीं रहा. In that case, this insurance company helped IDBI to mitigate the losses and come into a control. जो लॉस का पार्ट उसके साथ चल रहा था उसको उन्होंने कंट्रोल करा. कैसे? इन्होंने हेल्प करी. Now how did they help? How did the insurance company help? By collection of the premiums from the vast population of the country. जो हमारी पॉपुलेशन है और जो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं छोटे छोटे प्रीमियम को, उस प्रीमियम को इन्होंने एक बड़ा सा बैंक बना दिया यहाँ पे, मनी बैंक. Okay, and this money was transferred to the insurance IDBI bank, and it got control of the losses. और इसीलिए आज की डेट में IDBI बैंक और LIC के बीच में टाई अप. There is a tie up, there is a merger between IDBI bank and LIC. The reason is LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, has helped IDBI bank to have a control over the losses and come into the good faith of the business. ओके, नाउ तो इंश्योरेंस की डिवीजन की बात करते हैं. GIC और LIC में डिवाइड किया गया है. GIC का मतलब होता है जनरल इंश्योरेंस. मतलब कि दो चीजें हैं, हम इंश्योरेंस क्यों लेते हैं? फर्स्ट टू सेफगार्ड आवरसेल्फ, दैट इज लाइफ. सेकंड टू सेफगार्ड आवर ऑल एसेट्स, व्हाटएवर एसेट्स वी हैव, लाइक हाउस, प्रॉपर्टी, कार, और व्हाटएवर थिंग्स ऑफ द व्हाटएवर वैल्यूएबल थिंग्स वी हैव, वी वांट टू सेफगार्ड इट. उस सिक्योरिटी के लिए हम GIC के पास जाते हैं, जनरल इंश्योरेंस के पास. लाइफ की जब बात होगी तो LIC के पास जाएंगे, अदर लाइफ की बात होगी तो वो GIC के पास जाएंगे. इसलिए दो पार्ट में इंश्योरेंस को डिवाइड किया गया है. जब लाइफ की सिक्योरिटी की बात है हमारे LIC हमारे से सेफगार्ड प्रोवाइड करेगी. जब दूसरी चीज़ों की बात है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम लाइफ, व्हाटएवर एसेट्स वी वांट टू पोजेस, व्हाटएवर एसेट्स वी वांट टू सेफगार्ड, दैट विल बी डन बाय GIC. तो ये दो पार्ट्स हैं इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज में, दो डिविजन्स हैं. ओके, LIC एंड GIC. LIC सबसे बड़ी सेक्टर थी. इट वाज फाउंडेड इन द ईयर 1956. लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कॉर्पोरेशन वाज फाउंडेड इन द ईयर 1956. ओके, द रेवोल्यूशन केम इन द ईयर, बेसिकली आई वुड से आफ्टर द LPG पॉलिसी 1991 के बाद LPG पॉलिसी हमने अपनाई. न्यू इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म्स आए जहाँ पे बहुत ड्रास्टिक चेंजेस हुए थे इन इंडियन इकोनॉमी. बेसिकली देयर वर वास्ट चेंजेस, मेनी चेंजेस वर सीन. ओके, उसका इफेक्ट इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर पे भी आया. व्हाट वाज द बिगेस्ट चेंज? दैट इट गेव परमिशन टू द प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स. प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स भी इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो गए. अर्लियर इट वाज डायरेक्टली अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ओनली. बट आफ्टर 1991 when the licenses were given to the private individuals, many private companies entered into the market and they provided a tough competition to both the companies. बहुत टफ कंपटीशन इन्होंने करी. तो आज की डेट में LIC एक गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और GIC में 4 इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज हैं बेसिकली. I'll just tell you the name. The names are Oriental Insurance Company Limited, OICL. Oriental Insurance Company Limited. The next is New India Assurance Company Limited. Third is National Insurance Company Limited. And the fourth is United India Insurance Company. ये 4 हैं जो GIC के पार्ट हैं. एक टर्म है जिसे मैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में बताऊंगा. What is the difference between insurance and assurance? ASS URANC. What is the difference between? It will be your homework just to have a search on what is the difference between insurance and insurance. Insurance, assurance and insurance. इन दोनों वर्ड्स में डिफरेंस क्यों है? डिफरेंस क्या है? Like example, you can see the first one is Oriental Insurance Company Limited. The second one it says New India Assurance Company Limited. न्यू इंडिया एश्योरेंस कंपनी लिमिटेड. तो ये दो वर्ड्स का क्या मीनिंग है? ओके, I'll put it till here only. The basic funda that you want, that you need to know about insurance is one more thing which I forgot, a very important point. Like for example, the banking sectors are run, owned and managed by Reserve Bank of India under RBI Act 1934. Same way, insurance companies are managed, run and owned by IRDA Act. IRDA Act, I think 1999 is there. Okay, that I have checked what is the IRDA Act. IRDA Act 1999 is there. Hopefully I believe. Okay, what is IRDA? Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India Act 1999. Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India Act 1999. Okay, मतलब कि इंश्योरेंस बिजनेस जो भी इंडिया में ऑपरेट हो रही है, be it a government owned one or a private owned one, both have to stick by the rules and regulations which are framed by IRDA Act 1999. IRDA Act जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन बनाएगी उसे सबको मानना होगा, सभी इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज को मानना होगा, चाहे वो भारत की हो चाहे विदेशों की हो. ओके, so I put a stop over here. In the next class we shall discuss about the we already done about insurance companies. We'll see how it has progressed and what are the progresses of insurance companies and how it is fruitful for the development of our area. Thank you class. Please see the difference between assurance and insurance. इन दोनों वर्ड्स का क्या मतलब